Among the most conservative in the country, the state's GOP seems set to embrace Trump's brand of in-your-face politics in the race to replace Senator Jeff Flake, who decided to retire rather than keep fighting with his party's president. In the days leading up to the primary, even McCain's looming death seemed fair game for attack. Former state Senator Kelly Ward, who won 40% of the vote against McCain in 2016 Republican primary, suggested the timing of McCain's announcement last week that he was discontinuing medical treatment was designed to hurt her campaign. Ward blamed the media for highlighting her Facebook comments. "I'm sorry that he's sick. It's a horrible thing. But that doesn't mean that his policies suddenly became good," she told reporters aboard her bus. "They didn't." McCain died a few hours later, and Ward noted on Twitter that his decades of service will not be forgotten by the men and women of Arizona. Then, by Monday morning, she was back spoiling for a fight. Seeming indifferent or even antagonistic to the fact that McCain died while fighting brain cancer, Ward tweeted this: "Political correctness is like a cancer. In the past, this kind of open trolling would have been seen as disqualifying. But in the Trump era, it fits with what Republican primary voters are demanding." In fact, at one recent Tea Party meeting in Phoenix, the group leader criticized the Republican establishment's favored candidate, two-term Representative Martha McSally, as Martha McCain Sally. "Do you want Kelly Ward showing up for work in a Senate where its members work in the McCain Senate office building, knowing she was trashing him on his deathbed?" one senior Republican said. "Every time we start to consider maybe Ward toned it down, she does this garbage." This Republican is speaking of a proposal to rename the Marble Building where McCain had his offices for years, the Russell Senate Office Building, in his honor. This Republican also used language far stronger than garbage to describe Ward's antics on primary eve. Former Sheriff Joe Arpaio is also running for the Republican nomination. He is largely seen as a spoiler to split the hardline immigration vote with Ward, although some polls have shown him fading fast. One potential problem? Roughly 75% of the GOP primary vote has been cast before Election Day starts, so his exit from the stage may have come before voters realized what a non-factor he is in this race. Others said to be in the mix include former Senator John Keel, who retired after the 2012 elections and is now managing the confirmation hearings for Trump's Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh, ex-House members John Shadegg, who retired in 2010 and whose son now is managing McSally's campaign, and Matt Salmon, a Republican congressman who retired in 2016. Some lawmakers in Arizona are lobbying Ducey to name former state legislator Kirk Adams, currently a Ducey aide. Others are eyeing Barbara Barrett, a former diplomat in the George W. Bush administration and respected business executive. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and Ducey alike want someone for the role who runs for re-election when voters will decide who fills the balance of John McCain's term into early 2023. It all adds up to some complicated political calculus. If Ducey wins his primary and then his general, he will have the freedom as a lame duck to name whomever he wishes to the seat. However the two seats end up being filled, the decision will end up reflecting the fight for the soul of the Republican Party between McCain and Trump at this moment in history.